Cristiano Ronaldo left a kid in tears. Messi moved an entire country, and some of these players are crying for reasons that'll give you chills. These are some of the most emotional moments in football. This is what it looks like when someone's living their dream. Messi used to get a lot of hate from fans, and at one point, he even said he was done playing for the national team. But he made an epic comeback and conquered the whole world. Just look at how Argentina reacted to that win. Even people who weren't Argentinian got emotional seeing Messi finally lift the trophy. And while Messi was in heaven, on the other side, Mbappe was going through hell. Getting that close to victory and losing, that's gotta hurt bad. Neymar also faced a nightmare when Brazil got knocked out of the 2022 World Cup by Croatia. The win was in Brazil's hand and they let the semi-final slip away. You can see it on the players' faces, how deeply it hit them. Suarez and his teammates had their own heartbreaking moment when Uruguay got eliminated. And there are still people out there saying players don't care about their national teams. The World Cup is so magical that even the simplest things feel super huge. When South Korea pulled off a win against Portugal, something nobody saw coming, the players couldn't hold back the tears. Cristiano Ronaldo went through every parent's worst nightmare. He lost a child. And even fans of Liverpool, the biggest rivals of Manchester United, Ronaldo's team at the time, put the rivalry aside. They paid tribute to him and his family in the 7th minute of the game, honoring the number on his jersey. In that moment, even football's fiercest rivalry didn't matter anymore.
And they're singing "You'll Never Walk Alone" on the back of it for.
This fan had one dream, to meet his childhood hero. But security held him back before he could even get close. That's when Ronaldinho stepped up and showed what being a real idol is all about. He made sure to walk over and give the fan the moment he'd been waiting for. These players were crying for a reason that's honestly hard to take in. But before we get to that, let me ask you something. How does a legend say goodbye to his club? Well, in Di Maria's case, he couldn't have been more emotional. That was his final match and final goal for Paris Saint-Germain. But Aguero's farewell to Manchester City hit even harder. He practically grew up at the club and became their biggest legend. Even his coach, Pep Guardiola, couldn't hold back tears during his farewell speech.
He's a special person for all of us. He's so nice, he's so nice.
This goalkeeper showed what it truly means to wear a jersey with pride. It was pouring rain and he was clearly freezing, shaking from the cold. But he refused to leave the pitch. He kept playing because that's what representing your team really means. Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi owned the football world for nearly a decade, but we all knew it wouldn't last forever. When Cristiano moved to Saudi Arabia, most people thought we'd never see the two face off again. But it happened. One last match, one last dance. The entire football world was grateful for that magic moment. And if you grew up watching these two legends, there's no way you didn't feel something that day. Dybala became a global star thanks to Juventus. That was the team that gave him the chance to show the world what he could do. And when it was time to say goodbye, you could see just how grateful he was to the club. Now, check out what happened with this referee. But if you think the player knocked him down on purpose, you're wrong. He was actually the first one to rush over and help the ref back on his feet. Cristiano Ronaldo isn't a machine, and I can prove it to you. But first, look at what they did for this little boy. He wasn't some VIP fan. He was the son of a player from the team who had just passed away. The other players made a point to honor their teammate and give that child all the love and support they could. John Terry was Chelsea's captain for years. Actually, he spent his whole career at the club. So, when it was finally time for the legend to say goodbye, the entire stadium was filled with emotion.
Lastly, you guys, the fans, the best supporters in the world, without a shadow of a doubt. You've given me everything from the age of 14 when I first signed at this football club. You've picked me up when I was down. You've sung my name when I've had bad games and disappointed you as well. Honestly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. I love you all.
And speaking of legends, Ronaldinho reminded everyone why he's so beloved by fans. This kid ran onto the field just to hug his hero, and Ronaldinho made sure his dream came true. Just like the day we almost lost one of the game's brightest stars. During the 2021 Euro, Christian Eriksen collapsed on the field. No contact, nothing. For what felt like an eternity, millions of people watched in shock, thinking they were witnessing a live tragedy. His heart had literally stopped. Thanks to the fast medical response and the defibrillator, Eriksen was brought back to life, right there on the pitch. Today, against all odds, he's back playing professionally. Proof that sometimes life really does give you a second chance. After this tough match where Juventus was knocked out, Cristiano couldn't hold it in. He broke down in tears. But Ronaldo also gave a powerful example to every player out there. He didn't just do the bare minimum. He went out of his way to give a little girl his full attention and made that day unforgettable for her. Won a penalty after this play, but celebrating wasn't even on his mind. The moment he saw his opponent struggling with cramps, he immediately stepped in to help. At PSG, Neymar and Cavani had been at odds for a while, but during this game, they finally settled their differences. Neymar handed the ball to Cavani to take the penalty. He scored, and the two stars celebrated together. Scoring a goal is the biggest thrill in football, especially in high-stakes matches. But sometimes, the excitement gets out of hand. In this game, a young fan ended up falling in the middle of the chaos, and things got really tense for a moment. Thankfully, a few players noticed right away and rushed to help. When this kid ran onto the field to reach Neymar, security acted fast to pull him away. But Neymar stayed calm, stepped in to ease the situation, and even gave the young fan his game jersey. Maradona was one of the greatest to ever play the game, and when he passed, the entire football world came to a stop to honor his legacy. This young fan got the warmest welcome from Lewandowski. The kid even wished the striker good luck, and honestly, it's one of the cutest moments in the entire video. He even walked onto the field with the players, and it was such a touching scene. Mbappe is a star both on and off the pitch. During a friendly with France, he scored a goal and celebrated in a deeply emotional way. He revealed a shirt with a photo of his uncle, who had recently passed away. It read, "Rest in peace, uncle." Cristiano Ronaldo walked onto the field holding hands with this little fan. She was all smiles, and Ronaldo was incredibly kind and thoughtful, showing exactly how kids should be treated. After Ukraine scored this beautiful goal, a rival fan went over to shake hands with some Ukrainian supporters. The moment was kind of funny, but it also shows how football can inspire good vibes and positive actions. When a bird flew onto the pitch, the goalkeeper didn't hesitate. He gently picked it up and took it to safety outside the field. The crowd even gave him a round of applause for that noble gesture. Respect is everything in football. In this match, a player scored a beautiful goal against his former club. But instead of celebrating, he stayed humble out of gratitude, and the fans appreciated it, giving him a well-deserved ovation. Football breaks down barriers. This fan rolled onto the pitch in a wheelchair, and the players made sure to greet him with the respect and joy he deserved. The football coach has to be a true leader. In this match, the players thought play had stopped, but the opposing team took advantage and scored. The whole situation caused a lot of anger and confusion, but then the coach gathered his team and gave them clear instructions. On the restart, they did this. An act of sportsmanship that even the rival coach and players respected. This last moment could have easily turned into a full-blown fight, but the players kept it lighthearted, laughing it off and showing great sportsmanship. Garnacho from Manchester United collapsed on the pitch with painful cramps. And guess who came over to help him? The rival goalkeeper, Dibu Martinez. The crowd applauded the gesture, recognizing the sportsmanship behind it. Who wouldn't want an autograph from their favorite player? Now, imagine getting one while wearing the rival team's jersey. This kid pulled off the impossible. Even though he had on another team's colors, the player was super kind. No doubt that moment will stay with the young fan forever. Salah injured his shoulder during this play, and it happened in a Champions League final. He was clearly devastated, and even the opposing players came over to comfort him. At the end of the day, they're all part of the same football family. Sometimes a single photo can mean the world. For this fan, it was a beautiful once-in-a-lifetime moment. The players' kindness and empathy were a reminder of what makes football so special. It's these gestures that make the sport better day by day. This match was the final chapter of Łukasz Piszczek's career with Borussia Dortmund after 11 years. The club paid tribute with a touching farewell to one of its all-time greats. In one play near the sideline, both players slipped and fell at the same time. But instead of frustration, they shared a moment of good sportsmanship, helping each other back up with a smile. Here's a truly symbolic play. After a tough challenge, one player went down in serious pain, and the first to help him, none other than the rival involved in the clash, Kevin De Bruyne. In the heat of the game, players sometimes lose their heads, like this goalkeeper who shoved a ball boy after grabbing the ball. The kid was clearly upset. He was just doing his job. Even the other players called out the goalkeeper's behavior. Thankfully, he realized his mistake, apologized, and made things right. The kid's smile afterward said it all. Midfielder Dario Esugo made his debut for Sporting at just 16 years old, and he couldn't hold back the tears. For any young player, that kind of moment is unforgettable. This Chelsea fan held up a small sign, hoping to catch the eye of his idol, Eden Hazard. And it worked. Hazard noticed the message and didn't think twice. He gave the boy his match-worn jersey. The other kids' reactions were just as priceless. Something similar happened here. Just look at this fan's face after getting Jorginho's jersey. And finally, this match marked the last game for a referee who was retiring. The players from both teams came together to honor him with a beautiful gesture, showing true respect for everything he brought to the game. A blind little girl was being completely overlooked during the UEFA Super Cup trophy ceremony. But Grealish was the only one who truly noticed her. Even though a few people tried to stop it, he made sure she felt seen. The Christmas spirit was alive and well during this match. A young fan stole the spotlight, charming everyone around and even scoring a few autographs. This moment was nothing short of amazing. A defender went down with an injury, and the ball rolled cleanly toward the opposing forward. He had a golden chance to score. But instead of going for the goal, the striker immediately stopped the play to make sure the injured player got medical attention. Fans gave him a well-deserved round of applause for the sportsmanship. Now, imagine getting a hug from coach Jose Mourinho. This young fan was overwhelmed with emotion. It was clear he had been dreaming of meeting his hero. This kid just wanted a photo with Memphis Depay, and he sprinted onto the field to make it happen. The player's reaction was perfect. Instead of getting upset, he embraced the moment and posed for the picture. Football is something you feel deep in your soul. It goes way beyond what you can see. This young blind fan had an unforgettable moment. He got to walk out onto the pitch, stand beside his favorite team, score a goal, and even lead the crowd in celebration. The next moment is just incredible. Football is a team sport through and through. When one player went down injured during a play, several others, rivals included, stopped immediately. But a few didn't notice and continued the move, which led to a goal. What could have turned into controversy became a beautiful act of sportsmanship. On the restart, the opposing team did this. They stepped aside and allowed a goal that would go down in football history. Honesty on the pitch is super rare, but this play proved it's not dead. A player went down in the box, and the ref blew the whistle for a penalty. But the player got up and told the ref it was a clean play. The official took back the call. Penalty cancelled. This young fan who wears 2 prosthetic legs got the chance of a lifetime. He walked onto the pitch and played a bit of football with the players from his favorite team. And finally, this group of incredible fans got honored in the best way possible. The players not only gave them gifts, but also brought them onto the field before the match. It was a beautiful, heartfelt gesture full of love and appreciation. When the king of football left us, the whole world stopped to honor him and remember exactly why he earned that title. During the warm-up, Cristiano Ronaldo accidentally hit a cameraman with the ball. Right away, he went over to apologize and even left the cameraman with a special gift to remember the moment. In this play, the goalkeeper made a huge mistake and gave up an unbelievable goal. He was crushed. But then, the opposing team's keeper walked over to console him, proof that football isn't just about rivalry, it's also about solidarity. Once again, Cristiano Ronaldo showed his generous side. After the match, he signed the game ball and gave it to a fan in the stands. Massive respect.